So we are back again to the Hans Lippershey. He was the one who gets the credit for making the most probably the first telescope. Which is on the record. We're not sure. So he had two apprentices who were actually playing with the lenses. You can see the small guy on the right hand side. He was trying to play with the lenses, two sets of lenses, and what they finally did was when they were using it, they saw that the things which they were seeing far away on the terrestrial on the ground, they seemed to come very close to them. So they thought, what's that? And then they put those small bits of lenses into a pipe so that they can use it easily. And when they saw things which were let's say kilometer or 2 kilometer away on the horizon, those objects seem to be coming very close to them. So that's how the telescope was invented. And Galileo, who was in Italy at that time, he got hold of one of the telescopes made by them, and in fact he gets the credit not for inventing these things, but to point these objects into the sky for the first time, because before that the telescopes were mainly used to have an advantage in the warfare, especially in the sea. So you can actually watch your enemy which is very far away. But Galileo had another idea. He just pointed the object to the sky, and what he saw there was really mesmerizing. He saw craters on the moon. He saw Jupiter with 4 moons. Now we say those 4 moons are Galilean moons, simply because Galileo was the one who actually discovered those moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto. And he for the first time saw that there are objects in the sky which are rotating around or revolving around another object in the sky apart from the Earth. So that was a really big blow to the geocentric theory which we had at that time. And he also saw phases of Venus. And when he saw phases of Venus, he came to know that those phases cannot be possible only when the Sun is in the center and Earth and Venus is going around it. So Galileo was not the inventor of the telescope, but he was the one who actually put it to the right use. And using that telescope, and after 400 years of that, we all can see what leaps and bounds we have gone into the astronomy just simply because of the advancement in the optical astronomy. And it was the Galileo who started this revolution 400 years back. And in fact 2009 was celebrated as the 400th year of Galileo's adventure into looking into the skies. Now after that Galileo used lenses, which means the light goes through an optical medium and comes out. But here we see Newton with the Newtonian telescope he had. He was the one who turned the astronomy to the other way by using a mirror to see the faraway objects. Galileo used lenses and he used mirror, and this telescope which you see here is called the Newtonian telescope, simply because the light comes through the mirror, which we will discuss later on, and then gets reflected back, goes to a flat mirror, and then comes out of the eyepiece at one of the ends. Now since then, as I told you, there have been such an advancement in the optical astronomy. Now we have bigger and bigger telescopes. Here we see a telescope which is around 1 meter in diameter, housed in this observatory dome at the Nainital Aries Observatory, and one can see the stars in the night sky, because observatories have to be places where the skies have to be very clear. So we have this telescope in the Nainital Observatory. Then you can see this another dome over there with the Milky Way in the background, and then we see a lot of telescopes over here, and the one on the left hand side you see is the Cavalier Observatory telescope, which is 2 meter in diameter, and it's the biggest the India can have. India is having at the right moment this telescope over here, and they are trying to build another 4-meter telescope at Devstal near Nainital. Now these telescope actually gives us the view of the objects which are very far away, and they shows what is up there in the sky. Now NASA has put up a 2-meter telescope up there into the space, simply because when we observe anything from the Earth, there is atmosphere between us and the object over there, and that gives us disturbance or the turbulence while we are observing. So now the best solution to have this thing removed is just go beyond the atmosphere. So we have the Hubble telescope, which is up there in the sky for the last 20 years, giving us the magnificent views of the universe and the objects over there. And that's a 2-meter telescope. And the biggest single mirror telescope we have around 6 meter in Russia, and then we have multi-mirror telescope in which we have been using segments of mirror to make a very big mirror over there.